Do you want to go from throwing a frisbee golf disc like this? Or like this? Disc golf is a sport that practically anyone can play. When individuals first start out, they usually throw the disc weakly to the left and get no distance on it. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to fix that. I'm going to teach you how to throw a proper backhand throw, and I'm going to teach you the proper form to go along with it in order to maximize distance. I've been playing disc golf for about 2 years now. Over the summers, I pretty much go every day with my friends, and I've watched at least 100 videos on the proper technique of everything about froth. So I've got a lot of experience under my belt. Alright, so for this video, you're going to need two things. One, you're going to need an open field to throw your disc in. That way it doesn't hit a wall like that. And two, you're going to need a disc. The world's most prominent disc making company, Innova, they recommend beginners starting out with either a mid-range or a fairway driver. These discs don't need to be thrown at such a high speed to where it's perfect for a beginner. And just a quick note, you can buy a disc at pretty much any sports store or gas station. So if you go to a 7-Eleven or a Dick's, they'll usually have them. A normal disc price is anywhere from $10 to $25 on the higher end. Alright, so before I dive into form, I'm going to show you guys a good grip to use for throwing your disc. In an interview with a sports magazine, Innova's president Dave Dunapace talked about the power grip. And this is the #1 grip that pro players use to get max distance out of their disc. Really what you're going to want to do is grip your disc with 3 fingers on the rim. If you want, you can add your pinky, but I just prefer to have 3 fingers on it. And then on the top, you're going to put your thumb pointing straight up, and it should pretty much just be going like that. Alright, once you have the power grip down, you're going to go into the footwork and everything it takes to actually throw the disc. Alright, so we're going to start with our feet together. The disc is going to be at our belly, and we're going to go left foot forward. Then we're going to take our right foot, go forward with it as well, keeping it in line with our left. And all the while, we're going to be keeping the disc right at our belly. And then once we do that, we're going to slide our left foot back behind our right foot and go forward. And when we do that, we're going to straighten the disc back out with the right arm extending out. So it's going to look like this. Once we do that, we're going to go forward with our right, and we're going to release the disc once it gets forward. And it's going to look like this. And then at this time, you're going to release the disc, you're going to whip your wrist, and it's going to go forward. And once you actually release the disc, you're going to slide your left foot around, and you're going to follow through. So it's going to be like that. So once you get to this point in your form where you're winding the disc back, you're going to want to lead with your elbow and go forward. When you do that, you're going to keep it there, and once your elbow can no longer go that way, you're going to extend out your forearm, and then once your forearm can no longer extend, you're going to snap your wrist and release the disc. When you're doing that, you don't want to have your arm go around your body like that, because the disc is just going to go to the right and hit the ground. And you also don't want to release the disc too early, because it's just going to go to the left and hit the ground as well. Alright, so this is what it's all going to look like when it's put together. This is going to be a front view. Like that. And then this is going to be a back view. That. And then this is going to be a side view. Alright, so now that you guys got the form down, you're going to want to start thinking about the different release angles. Depending on how you release it, the disc is going to fly very differently, so you're going to want to master these 3 ones that I showed you. Alright, so this first sort of angle of release that I'm going to show you is called a hyzer. When you throw a hyzer right-handed, backhanded, it's when you release the disc so it's facing downwards towards the ground. When you do that, the disc is going to rotate in the air and then drop to the left, like this. So with that, it just drops to the left and doesn't really get too much distance, especially for a beginner. This is what's called a neutral, level sort of release angle. where the disc, it's just gonna be parallel with the ground as it gets released from my hand. With that, that will get pretty much the max distance on a disc, and it'll allow the disc to show its true flight characteristics the most, compared to a hyzer and then the anhyzer, which I'm about to show you. So the anhyzer, it's when you release the disc and it's facing the opposite side towards the ground. So when it's spinning through the air, it's going to the right first, and then it'll kind of fade to the left at the end, like this. The anhyzer can get a good amount of distance, but you actually have to really get it in the air for it to actually go throughout its entire flight path without it hitting the ground first. Alright, so in this video, I've taught you guys the footwork and the proper arm motion and release angle for a proper backhand disc golf throw. Now, to master it, all you guys gotta go do is get on the golf course.